Hello and thank you for clicking on my channel. My name is A and this is the Real Movie Podcast. And today I'm going to talk about 5 video game movies that kind of worked. Before I get into the podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe and introduce me to your friends. And without further ado, let's go. The reason why I said kind of worked, because there's no such a thing as a good video game adaptation. Number 5, we have Need for Speed 2014. Need for Speed franchises, I was never really a fan of, the car video games. But anyways, this movie came out in 2014. The main actor of this movie is Aaron Paul. I love Aaron Paul because I love Breaking Bad. And this movie kind of worked for a video game franchise that didn't have much of a story. The movie turned out to be better than mediocre. At least I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was good, but I can't also say it was bad. Let me tell you something. I prefer that Need for Speed all day long to every single Fast and Furious movie. Number 4, we have Mortal Kombat 2021. Actually, I talked about Mortal Kombat Annihilation in my previous podcast, but in 2021 we had another Mortal Kombat. Although it could have been a lot better, but this movie really healed the wound of previous Mortal Kombat movies, because those movies were just painful for your soul. And this movie was like, okay, I want to give Mortal Kombat hope, because this video game is so nostalgic for me. I still remember those days of playing. This movie really had another perspective, had another look. This movie added a few other characters. The main character was not in the games. And Kano, Sonya, everything in this movie was really good in my opinion. The actors, the CGI especially, compared to the previous movies. And of course we didn't have enough Scorpion Sub-Zero fights, but it was okay. Number 3, we have Detective Pikachu from Pokemon. Okay, I was never a fan of Pokemon, to be honest. But the reason why this movie is number 3 and it even exists in this list is because this movie surprised me. It was better than I expected, because I was used to see a crappy video game adaptation, but this movie came through. This was really good. I love the comedy in this movie. I love the relationships in this movie. I love the chemistry between characters and actors. That was really good. The movie was simple, didn't take itself too seriously. And it was really fun watching. And Ryan Reynolds, of course, he's always Ryan Reynolds and plays himself in every single movie, but still he is funny to watch. And that's it. That's my number 3. Number 2, we have Angry Birds. You might be surprised. The reason why Angry Birds is number 2 is only because of one thing. Without any script, without any background, this movie really gave us a good script, some really good characters, lovely characters, and the birds in this movie really had some depth, and it was really better than I expected. I said before that there are some games that can be movies, but there are some games that cannot. But this movie was based on one of those video games that didn't have a script and couldn't be a movie, but it delivered. It was good, and it worked. If you compare this to Super Mario Brothers and Mortal Kombat that were hard to make a video game out of, you'll know what I mean. Although Angry Birds was in the same category, it really did work. And number 1, we have Sonic. And of course, what else could it be? Of course, it will be Sonic, because we recently had a lovely sequel to this movie, and I think there will be another installment of this movie. And the first movie, when it was out, of course, that bad CGI just got brushed, was fixed, and that was the first sign for me that said, okay, this could be good. You know why? Because the producers of this movie listened to fans, listened to the reactions of the fans, and that is really worth a lot, in my opinion. That means that this movie is what it should be. This respects the audience. As a movie, again, like Angry Birds, who was really hard to make a script and make a movie out of, this movie really came through, and it introduced us to some really lovely characters. In the first movie, we had a great buddy cop comedy between Sonic and his human, I don't remember the name. And Jim Carrey was great as the villain of that movie. And in the second movie again, Jim Carrey was really good. I hope he doesn't retire yet and plays in other movies. I'm not only just saying Sonic 3, but other movies as well, because I love Jim Carrey. How can someone not love Jim Carrey? And in the second movie also, we had the introduction of Knuckles, which was really cool, which was really good. Idris Elba did a wonderful job as the voice actor of this character. And we also had Tails, who was really lovely. And yeah, for me that movie really worked. Both of them really worked. I didn't expect it to be this lovely, but it was. The CGI, the acting, everything was really good. I'm not saying perfect, I'm not saying great, I'm just saying it was entertaining and good. And that is, in my opinion, the representation of such a movie. Thank you for listening to my voice. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye.